Weight classes exist in boxing to protect fighters from the risk of serious injuries. However, the heavyweight division has no upper weight limit, as it is reserved for the strongest and most powerful fighters. Because of this, it's not uncommon to see heavyweight behemoths clash in the ring, and whenever this happens, the result is usually devastating. In this video, we bring you some of the biggest fights when giants collide inside the ring in boxing. Two-time world heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua took on Cameroon's Francis Ngannou. This was Ngannou's second professional boxing bout. The former UFC heavyweight champion made an impressive debut against Tyson Fury and even scored a knockdown before losing via a split decision.
Heavyweight boxing champion Francis Ngannou, UFC heavyweight champion, and the man who dropped Tyson.
In the opening round, Ngannou came out looking to trade shots with AJ, but soon found himself on the floor.
Right hand on the left glove. Focus.
Oh! AJ touched him, he went down!
Ngannou, he's hurt.
Let's see if AJ jumps right on him.
He's confident and paid the...
Once Ngannou tasted the power of the former Olympic gold medalist, he became more cautious. However, AJ dominated the fight and reminded the boxing world of his power by dropping Ngannou twice in the second round to win the fight.
Why that right hand? He's coming again! It's Ngannou, badly hurt.
He's up. Joshua can dispose of the MMA champion. It is lights out.
Wow! Incredible!
Until he landed with the right hand. That's a lovely shot. Whoa, that's a great shot. Nobody stands up to that.
What we're about to see is the biggest right hand I've ever seen live in a boxing bout. I mean, that's the first one. That completely took the legs.
Look at that for a shot.
Wow. Right on the side of the temple. I mean, there, and is the biggest shot I have seen live. What a right hand that was. Incredible.
He knew he was throwing that. The first step he took, he knew exactly what he was going to do, Anthony Joshua there. He wasn't having a look. He knew what he was going to do. He walked over, cracked. That's as clinical a punch you will ever see.
In this contest between two heavyweight behemoths, Shannon Briggs and Lennox Lewis fought for the WBC and Lineal Heavyweight Championship. Lewis was making the third defense of his WBC title, while Briggs became the lineal champion after defeating former champion George Foreman in his previous bout by a majority decision.
Any questions from Lewis? Nope. Any questions from Briggs? Both of you stop. Both of you touch gloves. Come on. Come on, come on.
Lewis promises to...
All the way back.
The bout got off to an explosive start as Lewis went straight at Briggs.
Was up a little bit too far forward and driven back, and here we go with Lewis as a fast starter.
But the challenger fired back with a hard right hand.
Can Briggs do something back, and he lands a right hand, and Briggs comes right back at Lennox Lewis. Right, take this into the middle.
Briggs had Lewis in trouble at the end of the first round, but the champion held on for dear life to survive.
Right there. Could set itself up for a fight as a hook by Briggs. Now Briggs taking his chance. A hook to Lewis. Briggs coming on. Big opportunity for Shannon Briggs. Right in the face of Lennox Lewis. Chopping right hand, and Lewis is reeling. Here comes Briggs with a leaping left hand. Lewis hanging on for dear life in the beauty. Chopping right by Lewis. Briggs shakes his head. No, shakes his head again.
Briggs once again managed to hurt Lewis in round two.
So Briggs shakes his head. Yes, a good hook by Briggs. Lewis again. Back to the corner. Briggs going all out.
But by the third round, Lewis got himself back into the contest.
Briggs. Good right to the uppercut by Lewis. Good surely pace of this fight. But Briggs is also fighting. It has been excellent thus far. with Lewis perhaps starting to take over. Hooked by Lewis. Driving Briggs back a right hand. Briggs hold.
Then, in round 4, Lewis caught Briggs with multiple clean shots before sending him to the floor.
Briggs' game. Both fighters sprinted out of the gate, and Briggs is down.
5, 6, 7.
Briggs bravely got back to his feet, but continued to take more punishment from Lewis and was knocked down for the second time.
Too tired to finish it, and Briggs is down again.
5, 6.
To his credit, Briggs returned to his feet and made it to the 5th round.
Loads on Briggs in round 4, and he makes it to the end. Oxygen. Briggs comes, but can he muster it up? He's got Briggs right in front of him. Briggs not.
However, Lewis stepped on the gas and finished his wounded prey moments later.
And Briggs is down. It may be it. He was blocked.
4, 5, 6, 7.
He shows his gameness, and the crowd loves him for it. Have to put Briggs down before this will be over. These are big shots by Briggs. He's getting hit with shots by Lewis. Uppercut, left hook, the right hand. Briggs goes down on his own accord, and it's over.
Establish his jab to make the guy drop his hand just a little bit. Turn his head and on the side of the ear, and you go down.
And now here is a look at the end of the fight, and Lewis had landed several more right hands.
It was an accumulation of right hand after right hand early on in the fight. He thought he could take it. He felt like, hey, this guy's not that powerful. But when you accumulate that kind of power from a 248-pound man, no one can stand up to it.
And that was the second knockdown as he goes down on his own swing, simply having absorbed too much punishment. Lewis showing there his capability of throwing punches in bunches. He landed an uppercut, a little left hook, another right hand, and eventually Briggs swung.
Former world title challenger Daniel Dubois squared off against undefeated Jarrell Big Baby Miller.
Okay, most of all, remember to defend yourselves at all times, all right? Just close.
Dubois went straight at Miller in the opening round, landing a jab and 2 body shots that did nothing to the 300-pound behemoth.
Upstairs.
I can see what he's trying to do here.
Right hand around the guard, a stinging shot.
I never seen Dubois move this much. You know,
his tactics are at the minute.
I see the same. Everything off with those big arms. Nothing's really penetrating through.
Pundits, some said, listen, the longer this fight goes, the better for Dubois, because Miller's going to get tired out. And others
with his head.
Yeah, I noticed that too. But that's up to the referee.
This doesn't look good for Dubois. The body language does not look good, and now Miller's starting to open up a little bit.
Yeah, I agree with you. This is not good signs for Dubois.
However, Dubois showed no respect for Miller's power as he stood and traded punches with him from the 3rd round until the 5th.
Chin down. This is incredible stuff. It's going to be a great fight if it continues.
Nice body shot with the left hand for Dubois.
It's Jarrell Miller because I think his pressure is.
Oh, nice. Dubois getting caught with more now.
I said both getting a hold for that right uppercut right now.
Yes, the elbows. The weight of Dubois.
Dubois landed more punches, while the more hurtful punches came from Miller.
More weight, literally and figuratively. Couple jabs here. Dubois gets the ropes.
Moving this much. He's used to being the Terminator, coming forward, looking for the knockout. Now he's the one.
The beating.
That conditioning is going to play a big.
You know, he shut your lights out.
I think Jarrell will be the first to tell you, though, that he's not.
But once Dubois had tasted Miller's power, he resumed his stick and move tactics from round 6 and landed with more accuracy.
Can he let his hands go? He's busy with the jab. That right hand will follow. You can see the hands are lower now.
I want to see that punch again by Dubois. Keep throwing that right.
Clever, it was smart, but now he's walking on.
Opportunity to land that right hand.
Needs to vary this movement.
Wow, there you go, Darren. You call.
Dubois stunned Miller at the end of round 7 and again in round 8.
Left here in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Downstairs goes Dubois, and he's fighting with a lot of confidence here.
However, Miller's giant heart kept him in the fight, even though he had nothing to offer.
The top, another one from Dubois.
Another good round by Dubois with that jab.
A lot of people, including Jarrell Miller, he's digging deep in this fight. Got to give him credit for that.
He's got.
Coming into the 10th and final round, Miller had begun to visibly tire and became target practice for Dubois.
Came out kind of hot here in the 10th, but you got to believe he's got nothing left as he eats another right and then an uppercut. Shows some bravado, but it's Dubois who's stealing the show.
With only 10 seconds left in the round, Dubois did what no other fighter has been able to do, as he won the biggest fight of his career.
26 seconds to go.
Beat down against the ropes.
Oh, big shot. Big baby. Gonna get big time knockdown. Sensational finish here. It's tonight. Watch this finish.
Well, listen, he's going to buy a Porsche. It was Dubois who had all the horsepower right there, all those shots. The uppercut, the right hand. Big Baby Miller was looking for a way out, and I called it. Earl was susceptible to uppercuts. Yeah. And it was Dubois that came around.
And Dubois just beat his personal record for total punches landed in a fight. And he outwilled him.
That is so much promise. Then he had their mishaps, but he can really build from this. Get not only to win so well, but to win in style in the final round in such dramatic fashion.
For Dubois, what do you do with him? Who do you put him in the ring with?
Put him in with a hug on this card. We've got the two main guys.
Triple D, Daniel Dynamite Dubois.
Eric Esch, famously known as Butterbean, took on Paul Springer in a scheduled 4-round contest.
I gave you your instructions to respect the dressing room. Any questions from the red corner? Any questions from the blue corner? Gentlemen, I got a lot of beef in this ring. Obey my commands at all times.
Springer, who thought he was in a street fight, charged across the ring to meet Butterbean and started swinging wildly.
Had to go on a Butterbean diet. You're coming right at him. Why is Springer fighting this fight? I think he won the Butterbean look-alike contest, and he is an APF national power lift.
However, he soon regretted his action as Butterbean put him in his place with a perfectly timed punch.
You know, like most in their debut, Paul Springer can probably give it, but can he take it?
Well, Butterbean used to the 1-minute pace of the tough man contest. And he just about lifted Paul Springer off the canvas, and this one is stopped right away. And Paul
Springer moving in, trying to muscle on the inside. The right hand from Butterbean landed right on the chin, and that's the punch that did the damage. Down went Springer. Springer had no idea what to expect coming into this fight. He'd never fought before, not pro, not amateur.
Lennox Lewis defended his WBC and the ring heavyweight titles against former WBO champion Vitaly Klitschko. The 6'5" Lewis, who usually punches down at his opponents, faced a taller opponent in Klitschko.
Shake hands and await the bell. Good luck to both of you.
There was no feeling out process in this fight, as the two heavyweight giants went straight to work from the start, with Klitschko being the aggressor.
Before left. Klitschko with the right. Lewis misses with the left. Klitschko pawing with his punches, but throwing. Uppercut.
Klitschko continued to pour in multiple hard shots in the second round, wobbling Lewis and leaving a cut under his left eye.
You saw.
He's got a different.
Left hand lands upward short arm shots. He's beating Lewis to the punch. He rips him again with the right hand. Lewis momentarily wobbles. And now Lewis is still wobbling as Vitaly goes after him.
Fight could tell off on Klitschko because that's a big heavy.
You can bet Emanuel Stewart's going to have a lot to say to Lennox. They trade big right hands. Lewis gets the worst of it.
Effect on Klitschko. That man is heavy, Lennox Lewis.
And Lennox Lewis's left eye is beginning to swell, and there may be blood under the eye. Vitaly Klitschko is roughing Lennox Lewis up as the second round begins to come down the stretch.
There's a big welt over the eyes of Lewis.
Lewis bounced back in the third round and returned the favor by opening a deep cut over Klitschko's eye.
As he goes after Klitschko, just as Emanuel Stewart told him to do. And now Vitaly bleeding by the left eye as well. Triple jab by Klitschko and a right hand to follow. Lewis can't stop him.
There has never been a heavyweight championship.
That cut is bad. Klitschko is hurt.
And he lands a huge right hand on Lewis. Now he begins to jab away at Klitschko's badly damaged eye. Swinging right hand.
Taking the hardest shot.
Big jab. Forces Vitaly back. And now a hard right hand by Klitschko stops Lewis's rush. But Lennox Lewis has ended the fight now. So 256 meant what it sounded like. A complacent Lennox Lewis once again, but fighting his way into the fight. And Vitaly Klitschko's left eye.
Despite the injury, both men continue to exchange brutal punches in a slugfest.
Lewis trying to get in another right. Lewis barging forward with the jab. Telephone pole.
All Lennox Lewis have to do now. It's a long ways up there for Lennox Lewis trying to throw that right hand.
Hard right hand landed for Klitschko. Lewis blocking that right hand. Vitaly still getting off 4 punches. Banter he's in with his eye that badly cut. But in the 4th round, Klitschko got off 6.
He's done an excellent job of
Lewis. Every time the Lennox Lewis hit with something, he hits him back.
Lewis. You heard Emanuel Stewart saying that the left and Lennox just landed a monster. But Vitaly comes back with his jab. Right hand staggers Klitschko momentarily. And good professional work by Lewis against the ribcage as Vitaly takes it. And referee Lou Moret just
allowed to do that, George.
You cannot hold and hit. If one guy's holding you, they have to.
Lewis trying to land a haymaker. Vitaly lands it in favor of Vitaly Klitschko, but his eye begins to drain blood again.
Lewis is there for him. All he has to do is just take it.
Obvious to everybody. Nobody knew whether Vitaly Klitschko had the.
Well, Vitaly's certainly ahead on points, and the way he's throwing punches, he might stay that way. But can he finish the fight with that eye?
Meanwhile, Klitschko's injury grew worse as the rounds progressed.
Crowd getting their money's worth.
Let me see your eye. Just throw the right hand and come back with the hook.
He's cornered, they're pausing the clock. So as long as a minute and a half has been going by between rounds, and that's got to be a help to Lewis, as exhausted as he looks at the end of this one,
he'll go down.
Lewis flagrantly under condition for the fight, or so it would appear, and Vitaly trying to take advantage through a blinded left eye. Oh, what an uppercut.
Good job.
Lewis jabs him away. Good left hook. It's Lewis who's having trouble with the pace.
That's right.
Well, I can remember when 10 years ago, when Evander Holyfield had the same feeling about Riddick Bowe and he wound up losing.
Not because of Vitaly Klitschko's punches, but because of his own exhaustion.
By the end of round 6, Klitschko was ahead according to the scorecards, but the ring doctor deemed his injury too severe for the fight to continue. Because the injury was a result of punches from Lewis, he was declared the winner by technical knockout. Klitschko required 60 stitches after the fight, while Lewis retired from boxing shortly after.
No, he didn't want the fight stopped.
Who stopped the fight? Was it the commission or was it his corner?
Strongmen Eddie the Beast Hall and Hafthor Thor Bjornsson squared off in a bout dubbed the heaviest boxing match in history. Both men held the title of the world's strongest man at different points, but decided to find out who the best was in the boxing ring.
Has any fight I've been to?
It's an exciting atmosphere today. Here we go, the first round. Eddie's got a cheeky look on his face.
Oh, good right hand there from Eddie Hall.
Hall came out firing from the opening bell, connecting with overhand right hands while using good body movement to evade incoming shots.
Around every time.
That's a little right hook there from Thor, but he doesn't need Eddie. He doesn't need these gaps where Thor can compose.
So after that explosive stuff.
The right hand there, there is the blood dripping down the face there of Eddie. That's a nice 1-2 there from Thor.
Once again at the start of the second round, Hall came out firing and connected with a big right hand that knocked down his larger opponent.
If the ropes keep you up, you're falling. Right hand there from Eddie.
Showing how much power he's got behind the...
Now the pushes, punches, standing over the shot. He felt that.
Oh!
That was called a push. Called a push. He just pushed him in the forehand before he hit it.
However, Thor remained composed as he displayed better boxing skills and excellent footwork. Thor's hard work finally paid off as he dropped Hall by the end of round 3.
Nearly halfway through. Oh! Big punch there from Thor. Eddie's made it to his feet.
Well, that was the shot. You got a minute, even though this is the minute rest, he has to finish the standing 8 count, of course. But
from there, Thor dominated the fight while Hall was busy looking to land the big punch.
Oh, good shot there from Thor. It's a good shot. Well taken up. You can't use the ropes like that, I think.
Big swing, doesn't connect.
And I know what happens when you don't connect. You tank NDs massively, especially because that right arm got to be 4 stone. It's got to be 4 stone.
It's a big arm. I mean, they're both so much smaller than they used to be as well.
Yeah,
the fitness levels have improved, but having muscles that size, they burn up quickly.
I am Welsh after all. Oh, it's a solid jab though. That's an energy drainer, that right hand there. Eddie got to stand there.
Hall came out with a sense of urgency in round 6, but he was dropped for the second time.
For Eddie Hall, he has to commit himself. He's down. Even if he won the first round, he's still down on. He would be down on the cards, I would imagine. So he has to commit himself. But with that comes the risk of getting caught with a big shot. And fleet-footed there for a big giant. Gotta go, Eddie. You're cocking.
Hall did manage to get back up immediately, but after 6 intense rounds, Thor was declared the winner by a unanimous decision.
But unfortunately, I would say, too little, too late.
That's good to see.
Declaring your winner by unanimous decision, the Mountain Hafthor Julius B.
Which of these fights is your favorite? Leave your answer in the comments. Don't forget to leave a big thumbs up and subscribe to this channel so that you won't miss any of our future videos.